Good morning, children. Last class we have learned the sources of medieval India. In that I explained the primary sources, which include inscriptions, monuments and coins. Today we are going to see the secondary sources, which include literary works, chronicles, travelogues, biographies and autobiographies. What is literature? Literature is a creative writing in the form of poems, novels, dramas, fictions and non-fictions. Why do we study literature? When we study literature, we learn to appreciate words and their power. We can travel to other realms and times through the text we read. We can understand about our own culture and also others. What do you mean by religious literature? Books which contain information about a particular religion and principles. For example, the Hindus, they have the Bhagavad Gita as their religious book. The Christians have the Bible as their religious book. And the Muslims, they have the Quran as their religious book. Here, some of the examples of religious literature are the Vedas, the epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Puranas, etc. Entering into the topic, devotional movement in South India and later in North India resulted in the development of Bhakti. The meaning literally means attachment or participation or faith or worship. Bhakti or devotional literature, writings related to religious worship. The Chola period was known as the period of devotional literature. The Cholas are remembered as one of the longest ruling dynasties of India. Kambaramayanam, Chekila's Periya Puranam, Nalayira Divya Prabandham, composed by 12 Alvas, and it is compiled by Nada Muni. Composed means collected by, and compiled means produced by some other people. Devaram composed by Appar, Sammandar and Sundarar, and compiled by Nambi Andar, Nambi. Manikavasaga's Tiruvasagam, all were scripted during the Chola time. So, they gave more importance to the religious works during the rule of the Chola kings. Jayadeva's Gita Govindam was a follow-up of the Bhakti movement in southern India. Kabir Das, a 15th century mystic poet. Mystic poet is the meaning spiritual poet, also had an influence on the Bhakti movement in India. Next we are going to see about secular literature. What is the meaning for secular? Not connected with religious or spiritual matters. It connects with worldly things. Madhura Vijayam and Amukka Malyadeya were poems composed by Ganga Devi and Krishna Devaraya. These works helped us to gain insight. Insight means awareness into events and individuals associated with the Vijayanagara Empire. Chand Badai's Prithviraj Razo portrays the Rajput king's valor. Valor means bravery or courage. We have no Indian accounts during the Turkish invasion attack of India. for pre-Islamic periods, the only exception was Kalkana's Rajatarangini. Through that work, we will be able to know more about the invasion of those people. Next one is books, biographies and autobiographies. You all know what are books. Biographies, the meaning of biography is an account of someone's life written by someone. For example, my life history is written by some other people. Autobiography, an account of person's life written by that particular person. See, my life I am writing of my own. So that is autobiography. These sources provide information about political, social, economic condition of the medieval India. It gives more information about the political, economic, social, how the people led their life, how the administration takes place. Everything we can see through those books, biographies and autobiographies. For example, Minhaj-e-Siraj, patronized by Sultan Naseeruddin Muhammad of slave dynasty, wrote Tabaq-i-Nazri. The compendium deals with the period from the conquest of Muhammad Ghori. Hasan Nizami, a migrant from Ghazni, wrote Taj-ul-Mazir towards the end of Iltutmish rule, and it provides information about Qutbuddin Aibak and is considered the first official history of the Delhi Sultanate. Next, we are going to see Travelers and Travelogues. Travelogue is a book written by a person who traveled to different parts of the world to collect information, and he will mention his visit and his experience. In that particular book, he collects all the information wherever he travels and he put into text form. This observation helped us to construct Indian history. Some of the travelers are Marco Polo, Al-Biruni, then Ibn Battuta, Niccolo Conti, Domingo Paz. We are going to see some detailed information about those travelers. Marco Polo, a Venetian traveler, he wrote the book The Travels of Marco Polo. The places visited by him are the Pandya kingdom. Information obtained are thousands of horses were imported into southern India by sea from Arabia and Persia. Next one is Al-Biruni. He was accompanied by Muhammad of Ghazni. They stayed in India. Especially Al-Biruni, stayed in India for 10 years. His book is Taj-ul-Hind. Traveled all over India. He learned Sanskrit and philosophy from India, and information obtained by Al-Biruni are Indian conditions, systems of knowledge, social norms and religion. Then the third one is Ibn Battuta, an Arab-born Morocco scholar. He travelled Delhi with Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and he informed about caste system and practice of sati in our country, and also he described about our capital city Delhi. Next one, Niccolo Conti, an Italian, and Domingo Paz, a Portuguese traveler. All of them recorded their observations, which are very useful for us today to know the glory of Vijayanagar.
Thank you, dear children.